few times, by the way. Rav Meir Kahana, the Jewish defense league. So Rav Kahana once made a very interesting comment. He said, it's fascinating how the Goyim hated us throughout antiquity, especially since the exile, because they believed that we were poor, that we were dirty, that we were uneducated or unfit or of an inferior race. And effectively we were weak. A lot of the German anti-Semitism had to do with Jews being weak. Them being strong and us being weak was like a reason to hate us and to pursue us. Come the state of Israel, all of a sudden the Goyim, they changed their opinions. They didn't change their anti-Semitism. Now they hate us because we're strong. Now they hate us because we have a developed country. Now they hate us because we have an army. That was an interesting point. If throughout antiquity you hated us for being weak, well, we changed that. Oh, that's not good for you either? So you just hate us. And if you hate me, whether I'm strong or whether I'm weak or whether I'm rich or whether I'm poor, I don't want to hear you anymore. I don't care what you think. I don't want to sound, well, maybe not cruel, I just don't care. Nothing you say is going to make me care about what you think and how happy I want to make you. I don't want to make you happy anymore. I don't want you to be proud of me. I don't want you to be angry. I don't care what you think, because your opinions are so illegitimate that they no longer register with humanity. It's subhuman, the way these countries respond and react to Israel. It's subhuman. France couldn't come up with a comprehensible statement. Has France ever come up with any comprehensible statements about terrorism? Ever? Anywhere? Has France ever gotten up and said, it's wrong that the Arabs are killing Jews in Israel? Not in my lifetime. It's been 36 years, man. I don't remember the last time France, or America has, Germany's probably the same kind of, got up and said, well, have they actually? America now sponsors Hamas. In fact, they give money to the Palestinian Authority, which is a joint venture between the Tefillah and the Hamas. But why do I care what these countries think? My point is that if it's the right thing to do, and that's actually the point of the whole shiur. If it's the right thing to do, you do it. You do it, not because it makes you popular, not because it makes you unpopular. You do it because it's the right thing to do. If it's the wrong thing to do, then it doesn't matter if it makes you popular or wealthy or happy or sad. You do what you need to do. If I thought other countries really cared about me, maybe I would listen to them. But I don't think they do. I think they've demonstrated that many, 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 many times. My response to you is, I wish we had a government that pursued these people. I wish we had a government that cared to defend its population. I wish we had a government that did negotiate with terrorists. We spoke about this, about Gilad Shalit. We spoke about this already. In fact, was it last week? 2 weeks ago. We talked about this whole discussion about negotiating with terrorists for kidnappings, etc. I don't know if responding to this now is what I was waiting for. In other words, we should have apprehended these terrorists a long time ago. The fact that we didn't do it a long time ago doesn't make it wrong to do now. That's my personal philosophy. If these people committed crimes against Israel, they deserve to be apprehended or killed or both. I don't owe anyone any apologies. Now, maybe for a few minutes, the international community would criticize a little bit less because of what happened. I don't care. To me, that's irrelevant. If it's the right thing to do, you do it. On a higher level than this, I would discuss the whole concept of hishtadlut. In other words, the Haredi approach for many years has been, we just need to pray and learn Torah and Hashem will take care of it. And you had the secular Jews whose approach was just do it and take care of it yourself. There is no way that you can justify not responding to something like this. There's no way that you can say, let Hashem take care of it. Hashem gave us the technology, and He gave us the wherewithal, He gave us the resources, to run and to govern the land. We need to do what we can do, and we need to pray anyway. But there's no excuse, none, not a humanitarian excuse, not a religious one, not a philosophical one, for not seeking justice, for not punishing crimes, for not taking these people off the streets. I don't, is it a solution to go around apprehending terrorists? I think so. I would happily contribute tzedakah money to the construction of another prison facility in Israel. Let's build another prison. 50,000 people it can hold, I'll start collecting tomorrow. That's okay. Don't tell me, it costs so much money to keep these people in prison. Well, it costs lives to keep them outside, so I'm okay with that. Was that?
We put death penalty for that, or we should think it's your considered to
That's
I would support that.
yeah, but like on the
well,
principle,
okay,
not just like act of revenge. I mean, I'm just looking like on the.
I don't think.
It would avoid actually changing prisoner.
Yes, correct.
Just
No,
kill
on a serious, very serious way, like it would avoid.
You have-
is there a moral issue for that? That's my only question. Because completely, it would have an effective effect. But
You don't have to pay for prisons. You cannot change them. You cannot exchange them.
I would.
no, if I think you would demand
They're all
the
gonna be
prisoners
So,
more-
Yeah.
Odell, you're familiar with the expression in English, take no prisoner? Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
So you have such an expression in English. Sometimes you take captives; it's a liability to you, because then they have a reason to kidnap more people and negotiate for their release, etc. So it's a topic. It's a topic we can pursue maybe next week. I mean, the Gemara has some very clear directives on the topic. At the end of the day, it's our responsibility to to do what any normal country would do in defense of itself. And I don't think that anyone who commits a terrorist act against Israel deserves to be handled with silk gloves and live in luxury. I don't think there's no reason we should know where these people are and not apprehend them, not incarcerate them. And there's no reason that we should compromise the safety of our citizens for anyone. Period. I just don't see it. It certainly hasn't brought any positive results to this day. So I don't think there's any reason we should continue to do that. If nothing else, I hope that people remember this when it comes time to elect officials, and the next elections hopefully should reflect a country that's a little bit less patient with the sworn terrorist government that is the PLO and the Hamas, maybe a little bit more sympathetic towards the Jews. So we'll suspend the Halakhah discussion for tonight on Kashrut. I did want to talk to you about a couple important things. We'll do it next week. Thank you, Shalom. Sorry we ran a little bit late. Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll pick it up from here next week. Maybe next week we'll start with the Kashrut topic because it's really important to go. We didn't get to tonight, but what can I tell you? I hope that the loss of these three boys will not be lost on us. And as I said, there is no such thing as emunah without action. So think about it. Hopefully your life will be changed from this point on. Hopefully you'll be able to say, this is something that inspired me to do something, or that inspired me to stop doing something, etc. And although it should never be necessary, and we shouldn't wait for opportunities like this, once they come up, it's insanity to go about life regularly and pretend nothing happened. You really need to change something about you if it doesn't push you to that point just yet.
Exactly.